is the time and the platform to do a little sports betting 101, because this is good for me, because I will be fully transparent. My units, as said on the Sauce's hat, my units are $10. I am not a millionaire. I can't be betting all this money, right? So when I started off my account, I had I put $100 in. I have not had to, and this was like months ago, I have not had to re-go in and deposit any money. And now I'm at 176, right? After last night, draining it, emptied the clip of $60 worth of bets and getting all the way up to 170.
There you go.
My big question is, when do I up the stakes for myself?
Okay.
Or is that some part of like what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. So that depends on how exactly you're betting, because everyone bets differently. The first step is always to manage your expectations, because people have this. For example, your bankroll is not going to rise to the amount where you're making good money betting organically through bets. It'll take years. The idea is, say you only have $200, right? Like, oh, I only have $200. You can't really make any money betting smart off $200. But what you would do, you rock $5 units, which again isn't much, and you pretend that those $5 units are $500 units. Like, practice. Take a month. Go $5 units with your small bankroll. Not everyone has a lot of money to bet. That's most people don't.
You get a TD Ameritrade account. You could get one of those shell accounts, and you could trade stocks that are fake, so you could learn. It's almost the same concept, but just betting with $5 units.
Exactly. By the way, everybody, if you're watching this, like and subscribe, please. Por favor. Thank you. Go ahead.
And so a month later, right? You stuck to the plan. You didn't do any parlays, didn't take any stupid shots. You're like, okay, so I'm up 6 units, which, okay, it's an okay month. You want to be a little higher than that after a month, but whatever. Made 6 units on the month, $30. Who cares? The idea is, okay, so now you have 230 in your bankroll. That's not your, now maybe like, okay, I worked all month. My bills are paid. I'm dropping another 500 in this bankroll. Like, you have to add to it, similar to crypto or investing. You're not going to put $200 in the stock market and make a lot of money.
So what you're saying is, when I started off this at 100, with all the bets I've made, I should have put in another 50 at some point.
Well, I don't know exactly how you're betting.
I'm betting like I said, when you say 1.25 units, that's $12.50 for me.
That would be correct. But you also play the parlays too, which
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, if you play them,
trying to make some money here, folks.
If you play them super light, it's whatever. But for when you're killing it, even this is the best handicappers in the world. They chill at an ROI of about 5 to 7%, and what that means is, for every $100 you bet, you profit $5 to $7. So you have to have that in your head.
Seems low.
Yeah, that's because everyone, like, say tomorrow during college basketball, I put out $3,000 worth of bets, right? I'm putting out $3,000 to try to win 300.
Yeah, so like when you're playing a full slate, when you're cherry picking, which is similar to what you kind of do on some days, like you'll have days where you ride the slate, and then you'll have some days where you're like, I'm going to take the top bet only. That's where I think sometimes you lose. I usually do now.
I've segregated into the top plays. So if like he has 64 bets in a row, but he has 7 top plays, I'll play that entire slate.
That's not a bad strategy.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'll do. And that means he's feeling good about them.
That's what I do.
So that's what I'll do.
Yeah, that's pretty popular.
Yeah, I would say like the top bets, if there's 7 of them, that's essentially playing his full slate.
Yeah, I mean,
well, the top bets, like the
ones that he's giving out, but he's betting every game because he's a little bit different. But what he's comfortable giving out is another story. So yeah, playing that's fine. But the point being is that there's enough bets over the night as to where you could go 4 and 3 or 3 and 4, and you're not going to get crushed. Yes. Where if you cherry pick, you could pick 3 losers and lose everything that night. So it's just, I feel like volume betting is the way to go if you're betting every day. My personal opinion.
Yeah, and the reason I do that top 7 and number them is some people like to bet 3, some people like to bet 4, some people only like to bet 1. So they're ordered. So whatever. I lay it out in a way, so however you like to bet. Some people only like parlays, which I strongly advise against. But
dude, how mad this guy gets at me when I like tell him like, hey, I did this, but I played the parlay. And like, stop doing the parlay.
And another thing you do is, if I put an underdog up there, you take the money line like almost every time.
I do?
Oh, you did like one time actually. So I shouldn't
almost
say
every time. One time.
Well, one time
works 100% of the time, all the time.
He did it one time, and that's a very popular thing for people to do. Like, oh,
well, if you feel my theory on that is, if you're taking a dog, which is like less than, let's just say it's less than 4, right?
Plus 3.5.
Plus 3.5, whatever. In my mind, I'm like, then you have this confidence that they're going to win the game.
Yes.
So why not take the money line?
Or but because
it's a better payout.
Every single bet I place is based on the sense like if I bet this 1,000 times, that's how you got to think. If I did this 1,000 times, and the amount of times it would fall in that 3.5 would turn into a profit over the money line. So I could ask the same question back to you, like, why wouldn't you take the money line? I'm asking, why wouldn't you take a free 3.5 points? Like,
well, because it's, to me, I feel like it's not a free 3.5 points when the odds are different.
This is a very, very good lesson in mindset in gambling.
Yeah, no, I'm still new to the game, dude.
Like,
so I'm
it really is. It's just I think what Dave is looking for is an immediate return and not understand.
That's everybody. Not so much an immediate return, just a better one.
Yeah. But it's like having to understand, like you're not living and dying by your gambling. Like you're literally doing it to have fun.
Now. It's not about a better payout.
Yeah,
like, all right, I'm sorry.
But the sports books are trying to tempt you with that quote unquote better payout.
The best thing that he said, in my opinion, is like when you're betting a game, he's looking at it. If they played 1,000 times, how is this going to?
Yes.
Where's it going to fall most of the 1,000 times? And just treat that like it's the average.
Former offensive lineman Layden Johnson coming in saying, I'm putting the top 7 bets in the parlay, and I bet them all.
A lot of people do that too. Again, I advise against the parlay. But now, once again, the advice I'm giving right now is based on if you're trying to turn sports betting into an income. If you're trying to build up, get yourself a nice like $4,000 or $5,000 bankroll, use $200, $250 units conservatively and stick to the program and bring in a few $100s a week. That's how I'm doing it. A lot of people, they like to just bet sports because it's fun, and I don't blame them. I have
recreation.
Yeah, like some, and to those people, hey man, throw down parlays and do whatever. My
brother's like that. He won't do anything but a parlay. He likes that immediate
because it's fun. And that's because they're like, hey, I'm watching sports tonight. Might as well put down a parlay, take a home run swing. It's stupid financially, but if you're having a great time, who am I to tell you?
So is like going and paying for a UFC that costs $70. Exactly. Is going to be over
everything we do.
Do you agree with the Hawaii Mike saying, general rule, don't bet the underdog unless you think they can win outright?
Well, that changes a lot when you're getting like big spreads in the NFL with 16.5. You don't think that the Texans are going to win outright, exactly. But you're going to take the 17.
So I don't know if that's
I think in terms of a closer game,
I bet Thursday night football night to give me energy to watch, according to Cousin Vinny.
I like to split my units up on an underdog. I will take half of the unit on the money line and then half my unit on the spread. Sometimes I do that.
I stopped doing it completely because like I feel like I just got suckered too many times by it. But the idea is to, if you want to do that, is to have a goal in mind and bet, because when your bankroll gets up there and you got like $3,000-$4,000 in your account maybe, and that's a lot of money.
Like a Scoop. People. I think Scoop's bankroll is pretty nice right now.
Yeah, so it's
going 10 out of the last 11, you know,
14
and not telling anybody.
People
14 out of 15.
Bet for income, like you'll have somebody that isn't a wealthy person that doesn't have a lot of money, but they have $10,000 in their across their sportsbooks accounts because they use that bankroll to turn a small profit. It's like
that's their job.
Exactly.
It's like if they lost that 10 grand, it's like them being fired. Yeah.
And they have that. It's like someone owning a truck that does roofing and siding or something. Like they own that truck, but that doesn't mean they're rich. It's like that's their asset that they use. A bankroll, it's kind of like having a big stack at the poker table. You use that bankroll to take small chunks. The last thing the sportsbooks want you to do is take conservative -110 bets singles. They don't want you to do that. That's why they want you to buy and sell points.
That's why
they want you to parlay.
They're not. That's why when you sign into BetMGM or DraftKings, there's not like, hey, check out this awesome -110 offer.
It's always like, you know, crush this parlay by putting $5 here. We'll give you some credit.
And if you follow FanDuel or any of them on Twitter, what are they always sharing? People hitting 13-leg $50,000 parlays, sharing it as if like they're celebrating, like you just got hit for $50,000. Why are you celebrating? Because 100,000 people are about to go place that now, and you're just gonna get it all back then some.
How about that Bengals Super Bowl thing? Like the books had to love that.
Well,
the Simpsons and the Bengals winning the Super Bowl, and there was like a parlay or some parlay with the exact score, and people were putting heavy money on that.
Literally. We had over-unders on how many more times I was going to get posted in Chop Sports, the Facebook group. Every other day, it was like another Simpsons episode. Never, ever buy the points. Toasty's coming in. Said, don't do it.
He hates that.
The only time I'll ever buy the points.
Tell by the
only time I'll tell you when I buy the points. And this is the only time that I'll do it is if I see one of the videos or I see something late in the line, there's a lot of line movement that I don't like, but I want to ride the ticket anyway. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to buy the point to get to where they're at. And that's why.
Yeah, but doesn't that screw up your payout?
It screws up the payout, but it still puts me in a position where it's like, I'd rather screw up the payout than
still win,
than have them win and me lose.
That would suck. Yeah. That's where it gets tricky. That's the hardest part of this industry is when to distribute, because the lines are always moving, and then you get the messages like it's at 7.5 now. It's like, like you never know what to say.
Yo, that's true. Mark coming in, our Canadian representation. I got the notification like we've removed this for false information. Like, wait, you got removed for a meme that literally predicted the score, and Facebook came back and said, oh, you can't post this. It's not right. It's not accurate. It's not accurate. The game didn't happen yet.
13 notifications for that same meme.
Same meme. And you know what? That's why we go over to that chat, because guess what? You're not getting monitored over there. Go post that shit all day over there, because good Lord, Facebook sucks. But go ahead.
The one last point is, and this is a big one. This is the, everyone makes this mistake, myself included. Don't let winning or losing deter you from the plan. Like the most common thing, people have 3 winning days in a row and all of a sudden their units double. Like, no. Set it up for a month. In 1 month, you're going to reevaluate your units. Don't let one winning night or a winning weekend should never make you change your plan, because that's what you do is you win. Maybe you have a crazy Friday night. You win 7 units, right? Then you double.
Kind of like my last.
I would say a 250% increase in bankroll is a time at that point where you could increase your.
That's units. A lot. That would take a while, but yeah,
but not really. If you're starting small, if we're talking about like somebody that's betting $10 units, and you start with $100, and all of a sudden you have 250, you could maybe afford to go up to 20.
Unit is, yeah, but that's fine. Whatever, that's fine. Just set a goal and stick to it. That's the point. So, and that's the big thing is people want to go right up to the big units. So they'll win 7 units on Friday night, right?
We're talking about money, not inches, Vinny.
Anyway.
So say you win 7 units on Friday night, right? $10 units. You win $70. The person's going to go and start playing 20 other units on Saturday. Lose 4. They'll lose 4 units. And that's $80. So really, they should be up 3 units.
We have a question from Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete coming in. Hey, what's up, Pete?
OG and one of the OG interns. AJ took his place. So Pistol Pete wants to know, what are your opinions about odds boosts? I think I already think I know where he's going to go.
You think they're getting just to get you, or they're actually some of them worth betting? I hit on a couple of those weirdo.
I don't play them because I would never play anything suggested to me by a sports book. That being said, I don't have the analytics on it, so I don't think that these little odd boosts are enough incentive. Like I think the books are I think the books would give out odds boosts that sometimes will be winners, sometimes losers. I think that those are just marketing schemes to get people in the door. I don't really think.
Yeah, I don't think that they're really concerned about losing. I don't think that they're concerned about losing.
Will boost you 1,000.
But I've taken some odd boosts in one. I
did a couple in the playoffs.
It's just like most of them are crapshoots anyway. It's all props, so I'm not really big on props. I guess maybe you could talk to the prop beaver. Your successor.
That's see what Toast said.
Yeah, Toast coming in saying,
but I hit that a couple times. Yeah, that's why you continue to play. I would never. When it comes to sports books, I don't follow them on social media. I don't follow people associated with sports books on social media. I have no interest in what they have to say. They are not our friends. Their whole plan is to manipulate you into betting like an idiot. Like that's like what they do. That's how they make billions and billions of dollars.
You guys got a friend in Kyle and the Sauce and Toast. So stop taking advice from DraftKings on Instagram.
Yeah, it's already like I'm so-and-so represented by I'm here with DraftKings. Like, don't take their betting advice.
And that girl sucks. You ever see those commercials?
And make it rain.
Yeah, so much. Exactly. She's awful.
She sucks.
Like, at least give me somebody nice to look at. She's not even attractive.
Me and Dina will be home at the couch, and whenever she comes on, we're like, oh,
here's that commercial again. Oh, Christ.